two medical colleagues from Mississippi once noticed a historical oversight after watching a film about U.S. President Abraham Lincoln's final moves to secure the 13th Amendment to abolish slavery. Until February 7, 2013, that oversight was never corrected. Essentially, the state of Mississippi had, until that date, not officially abolished slavery because it had never submitted the required documentation to ratify the 13th Amendment. We'll be right back, and then we'll continue with this story. I want to talk a little bit about a new affiliate, Nagast Footwear. They are a Black-owned company that makes some of the best quality shoes, clothes, and hats that I've seen in a very long time. They are designed to empower customers and to teach self-love, self-respect, and self-confidence. I've purchased some of their footwear, and they have lasted me well over a year. Nagast Footwear makes sneakers, running shoes, slippers, boots, hats, and clothing. I love my slippers. I love my sneakers. Even game show contestants love my sneakers. Click my affiliate link below to visit their site to browse and to shop. Every purchase helps me grow this platform. The 13th Amendment, which outlawed all slavery and involuntary servitude except as a punishment for a crime, was passed by the U.S. Senate on April 8, 1864, and by the House of Representatives on January 31, 1865. That same year, 26 states ratified the law. In December of that year, the amendment was officially adopted into U.S. law after Georgia gave its approval, bringing the number to the required 27. Scores of states waited years to ratify the amendment, with the last being Mississippi in 1995. Still, because the state never presented the ratified document to the U.S. archivist, it was never considered official. The state's historical oversight came to light after Mississippi resident Ranjan Batra saw the Steven Spielberg-directed film Lincoln, which depicts the political fight to pass the 13th Amendment. He learned that the amendment was ratified after 3/4 of the states backed it in December 1865. 4 remaining states all eventually ratified the amendment, except for Mississippi. Mississippi voted to ratify the amendment in 1995 but failed to make it official by notifying the U.S. archivist. Batra spoke to another Mississippi resident, Ken Sullivan, who contacted Mississippi Secretary of State Delbert Hosemann about the oversight. Finally, on January 30th, Hosemann sent the Office of the Federal Register a copy of the 1995 resolution, and on February 7th, the Federal Register made the ratification official. According to the Clarion Ledger, it's unclear why the state never sent the U.S. archivist its 1995 resolution. Dick Malpass, who served then as Secretary of State, said, "What an amendment to have an error in filing." Batra began his own investigations and subsequently noticed on the website unconstitution.net that there was an asterisk next to the state of Mississippi concerning the ratification of the 13th Amendment. The website read, "Mississippi ratified the amendment in 1995, but because the state never officially notified the U.S. archivist, the ratification is not official."
For UMC researcher Dr. Ranjan Batra, it started after he saw the movie Lincoln. It made him wonder about Mississippi's vote on the 1865 battle to abolish slavery. He found an asterisk in the federal record. Mississippi had not officially ratified the vote. In essence, Mississippi had not approved the end of slavery.
And I thought, this is really ridiculous.
He told Kendale Sullivan, a co-worker at UMC, who started working to change that.
Mississippi did take it up in 1995. It was voted on.
With the help of the Secretary of State, the measure was just officially recorded in Washington. 148 years after the 1865 vote to abolish slavery, Mississippi became the last of what was then the 36 states of the Union to ratify the end of slavery.
After lawmakers approved the measure in 1995, the next step was to send it to the Secretary of State's office, and then the Secretary of State's office would send it to the feds. That's where the problem popped up.
Then Secretary of State Dick Malpass's office didn't send the paperwork to the National Archivist in Washington.
Dick Malpass said, of anything to miss, this was the one I wish I hadn't missed, and I think it just fell through the cracks for whatever reason.
Senator Hillman Frazier was the author of the resolution vote in '95. He says it is a bit of an embarrassment that the final work wasn't finished, but it is now.
We have a history we can't run from. We have to look at our history and learn from it and go forward.
It's long overdue.
what I've done, or what Ken has done, is really just dotting an I or crossing a T. But I think it's an important I to dot and an important T to cross.
I don't think it was any dark plot or any kind of plan to not get this done. I think it was just an error, and I'm just glad that it's corrected.
Sullivan says it is a piece of Mississippi history we can all put behind us now. And a bit of irony, the measure was recorded by the feds February 7th. The official paperwork arrived in Sullivan's mailbox on Abraham Lincoln's birthday.